Hey everybody, it's Randall. So today we're going to talk about the Congressional Medal of Freedom, an award that presidents typically give to people who have contributed to society. If I'm not mistaken, Rosa Parks won this. I believe Martin Luther King won one, and now Rush Limbaugh. And if you really need to know what kind of a joke that is, it's a very bad joke. The fact that Rush Limbaugh has won the Congressional Medal of Freedom. Rush Limbaugh has basically built his radio career out of being a race baiter, spewing hatred. I mean, he's not as bad as Michael Savage. I mean, nobody can be as bad as Michael Savage without wearing a little mustache right here. Rush Limbaugh has made so many statements in the past, basically mocking the African American community, that it's a wonder that Donald Trump would even consider giving him this award. Part of me makes it. I think that he gave him this award, A, because he's his favorite radio guy, and B, Rush has cancer. And he does this during Black History Month. There's the rub right there. It wasn't that just that he gave the Congressional Medal of Freedom to somebody who is wholly unqualified to even be in consideration for the medal. He gives it to him during Black History Month. And if you don't understand yet, let me explain. As I said to start this video, Rush Limbaugh has basically built his career out of being a conservative race baiter. He essentially implied that Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown were the architects of their own demise. He once stated that the NFL wanted Donovan McNabb to succeed because they were desirous to finally have a black quarterback succeed, forgetting about the contributions of Warren Moon, Doug Williams, Marlon Briscoe, James Harris. There were many quality African American quarterbacks that played in the NFL. And yet Rush Limbaugh went on ESPN, and ESPN, for whatever reason, thought it'd be a good idea to have this gaseous windbag appear on their NFL pregame show, and saying the whole reason why there's this huge thing behind Donovan McNabb is because the NFL finally wanted a black quarterback to succeed. Well, these comments created a lot of current controversy, and it wasn't long before Rush Limbaugh was no longer appearing on the pregame show. I mean, these things really. I mean, Al Campanis, what he said on Nightline, man, that was just infamously misguided. But this was something totally different. And this is the same guy, Rush Limbaugh, that was just given the Congressional Medal of Freedom by Donald Trump, the man currently occupying the White House. The man who spewed so much hatred and lies throughout his State of the Union address, it absolutely would blow your mind, like that guy in Scanners. But this is where we are in this country with Donald Trump occupying the White House. The Congressional Medal of Freedom Award, that means nothing anymore. It's trivial. He hands it off to a guy who happens just to be his favorite radio host. That's his only qualification. Melania pulls it out of her purse like she's had that thing in there the whole time. Donald Trump basically spat on Black History Month. I mean, the only thing worse would be to give one posthumously to George Wallace, a Congressional Medal of Freedom, during this month. Okay? This is who Donald Trump is. He doesn't care about traditions, and he doesn't care about the fact that he just gave a man who has spewed hatred and racism the Congressional Medal of Freedom in Black History Month. And before anybody comments on this video asking why isn't there a White History Month, let me tell you this: there has been a White History Month for the past 200 years, maybe even further. So don't give me that nonsense. It may be a subtle thing to some about Trump handing this award, to Rush Limbaugh, but in my humble opinion, it is yet another reason why in November of 2020 we need to vote Donald Trump the hell out of office. We need to save the republic. We need to make it so that no longer could a race baiter win the Congressional Medal of Freedom. It makes you wonder, what other awards is he going to sully by giving them to individuals like Rush Limbaugh? It's bad enough that Donald Trump has already wiped his feet with the U.S. Constitution and has expanded the power of the president to something that the founding fathers knew would be a great danger. That's all. Have a good night and a better tomorrow.